I lie, I'm very wet, but my God, what some perfectly unique, amazing little photographs. I think I'm going to take my camera off my back now. I think my first photo is going to be this. This has to be done. I've got a red coat on and the guys want a photograph and I want a selfie up here, so I'm going to make my way up to the top of the waterfall and take you with me. So hello and welcome to another video of me or us in the Faroe Islands. We have just stopped at Fossa waterfall, the big massive waterfall that you get in the middle of the Faroe Islands, and we've got some water on it. I've been here 3 times and I've not seen any water coming over the top of this thing hardly at all. So it's nice to actually be here with a little drop of water, and this wasn't going to be the planned start to my video, but because it's here and because it's wet and because it's cool, we're going to get a couple of shots of it, because it's no good coming here in a dry weather because you're not going to get any water. But there it is. Look at this Fossa waterfall, absolute stunning beast. I'd love to go up and do all the top bits and things like that and the different cascades, but we're not going to get that today. We're just going to have a quick look at this. I'm heading down to the beach to get a couple of shots down on the beach of the sea stacks. When I get down there I'll switch you back on again, but just to start off with getting going, getting the flow going, we're going to get a couple of shots of this and then we'll move on and I'll speak to you a little bit later on. A few miles down the road that way, I'm in the Faroe Islands. I've got 6 participants come over. We've done a bit of a weekend away and it's been fantastic. If you haven't seen the other videos, then check them out first and then come and catch up on this one. Just got to make sure no one ends up in the water either, because it's a long way down to go and get him back out. So yeah, I'll speak to you in a bit. Right, so I know I'm in the dark and you can't see me very well, but I'm hiding under cover with the camera. It's absolutely pouring down at the moment, but we're at the beach, we're at the seaside. I can't remember the name of this place. It's a massive long name. I'll put it along the bottom of the screen for you. I've been here before and I took some really nice images, and I'll put a couple up on the corner just here just so you can have a look. I don't think I'm going to get anything better than what I got last time. Because it's raining, I've got my bag on the top of my camera, I've got my wide angle lens. I'm not taking anything else with me. I'm just literally just going to take this and me and you, and I'm going to go down and get a shot. Now what I have got is I've just pulled up at the set of traffic lights at the top of this hill and I saw the best face figure, the best troll looking rock monster that I've ever seen in my entire life. I took it on my phone. I'm going to try and process it so you can actually see what I mean, but I'm going to pop that on the screen now. Can you see the face in this picture? Because it is absolutely stunning. Everybody in the van couldn't see it until I pointed it out and showed them the eyes and the nose. Wow, best one I've ever seen. Well impressed. I took one yesterday as well on my phone, and I bobbed that up just to show you that a little on the side there. But yeah, I see these things. I see rock people. Yeah, I'm going down the beach. I'll speak to you down there. On the beach, I've come down, and this is what I'm looking at. Okay, this is what I'm planning on doing. You see this white broken down shell? I want to try and find a little bit of pattern that's leading me out towards the sea stacks out in the background. There's lots to choose from. It's just trying to find the right bit that works for me. Last time I got water, as you've already seen, there's no water actually moving this lot at the moment. But I'm going to have a quick look and see if I can scout something, but it's very pretty. That is for sure. I'm quite excited because I've got another unique shot for me. I've never got this one before, I've not seen this one before, and I think this is another one of those unique shots that I got something different last time from this place, and this is absolutely stunning, absolutely perfect, really like it. I'm going to take a couple more and try and fill my boots with these, because I think these are unique to conditions and you can only get this when it happens like this. So yeah, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Insane, love them, absolutely love them. Well, I'm not going to lie, I'm very wet, but my God, what some perfectly unique, amazing little photographs. Absolutely beautiful. Just got one of the seaweed as well. Big patch of seaweed in the in the sand, in the shingle, in this broken down shell dust, and it just looks amazing with all the black sand around it. Very, very nice, very, very unique, and absolutely buzzing. I'm going to take one more, again slightly different pattern in the sand, and then I'm going to get back in the van because I am absolutely drenched. So we're back in the van now, a little bit damp, a little bit wet. I've got a nice heated seat. I'm the only one in the van that has, so I'm going to just warm my buttocks. That was really, really special. That was quite a treat because I wasn't expecting that to be quite as white as that, and I think I've got a couple of unique images, and I know these guys have all had a bit of a go as well. We're heading back now. I will see you sometime in the morning at the floating lake at Taelanípa. We'll carry on the video there because we need to dry out, grab a little bit of food, and definitely get some more coffee down us, and cake, and maybe some biscuits. Sounds good. Sounds good. See you in the morning. Morning. Yes, we've got the red coat on. It is raining. We're stood next to the van. I'm not sure where I left off yesterday and what I was going to tell you we were going to do. I think we were going to go Taelanípa, and we still are. But first of all, over yonder is Fossa, the big waterfall that we were at, I think yesterday where we finished, did we not? Or just before, went to get close up. It rained, and it was windy last night, so heavy, barring against the old house and that, and I knew there'd be a lot of water in here, and that is spectacular. Now it looks like it's supposed to look. I've not seen it looking like that in all the times I've been here, so yeah. Got the long lens on the camera, on the tripod, only one lens, that's all we need. I just want to get a couple of shots of that. Just love it, absolutely stunning. So yeah, let's get that done and we'll move on. Righty toty. So we took one straight outside the van with a slight of an angle on it. I'm now going to lead myself along the path, and I think it's taken sort of from the bridge really. I've got this real tempting feeling I need to go over there and feel the force. I need to feel the pressure. I don't know whether I'm even going to take my camera. I might just take my phone with me. I want to go over there and experience that rush, that sensation of that water. So yeah, I definitely do. And what I'm doing, come back with me, what I'm doing is I've got the long lens on, and I'm kind of just varying. Just bear with me, me little stick on me thing is a bit tight. There we go. I'm just varying the shutter speed. So I've got everything, I'm in aperture priority f8, and what I'm trying to do then is I'm just going to up and down the ISO, which is going to give me a slightly different speed, only fractional, but enough to give me a slightly different look on it. It's a very one composition image. I've got slightly wider with the top of the mountain in it, and then I've got slightly narrower, really in close actually to the actual waterfall. So again, I've come across a little bit more now, so it's a bit more of a flow, and we're starting off at ISO 125. We're not bracketing because it's all in the information, is all there, and that takes a nice shot like that. That was about 0.25 of a second. Then we're going to bump it up to sort of ISO 250. That's going to give us a slightly different shutter speed of 1/5 of a second. Then we're going to go up to 500, which is going to give us 1/10 of a second, and that just gives me that slight variation on each and individual shot. And then I'm going to zoom in nice and close and see if I can get just the water all on its own, because the water itself, and what I might even try and do, I might even try and do a little bit of video on it for you, just so you can get a little bit of a taste of what it looks like close up. But yeah, exactly the same thing, zoomed in, and do a 500 ISO, a 300 ISO, and a 120 ISO. Okay, so we've driven around to the other side, back on the other side of the fjord now, right up close, and you've got to experience this. I'm just going to walk you in, with the mic down. You should get the experience that I'm going to get. This is phenomenal, absolutely raging. this has to be done. I've got a red coat on and the guys want a photograph and I want a selfie up here, so I'm going to make my way up to the top of the waterfall and take you with me. And the noise is thundering, it really is heavy, but I've set my camera up down the bottom and I've left John, good old John's going to be in control of taking the photograph for me, and hopefully hopefully we'll get it right first time. But I'm going to make my way up through this sludge and the mud and get myself in position to try and get a shot of me up next to the waterfall and get my amazing selfie. So let me get a bit closer and I'll switch you on and show you how horrendously crazy this is up here. Okay, so I've got my coat wrapped up. This is it. We are really in the spray. There's so much water coming out of here. It is horrendously wet and I am absolutely drenched. Amazing. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I am back in the van and you can probably hear the heating going on and everyone laughing at me. Well, oh my God, that was extremely wet. I have never been as wet on any walk or hike. In fact, this is my lens cloth that's supposed to be nice and dry, and if I just show you this is in my pocket. Yeah, that's water coming out. Yeah, we're wet. So the heated seat's on, all the aircon's on, all the heating's on. All I've got to do now is try and dry out everything. Look at my phone, everything is absolutely ringing. So I'll see you at the next location, whether I'm dry or not. But we have got yellow sky, we have got a bit of yellow sky and that's where we're drying, so I'm just going to lay in the sun and bake. When it what? My phone was ringing. So the view's opened up in front of us now. It's about a mile, I suppose, mile and a half walk this is. But it's flat, it's relatively flat until you get to the end when you go up the little bit of the steeper bank. But I'm going to spin you around and show you the view as I'm talking. You can see where the lake runs off the edge of the cliff and down into the sea. So we're going to go and have a look at that waterfall. I think it was Bosdalafossur, something like that. I did have a look on my phone just now, but you know how my head works, it goes in and out and it doesn't sort of retain the information inside. Part of being a bit dyslexic really, it doesn't have that way of keeping words and letters in there. But yeah, it's a really good site, so we will be going to do that, take some photos around there, and I'm hoping the wind's going to be whipping up some of the spray as well, which will be quite nice. But yeah, I'm going to flip you around so you can have a look at this view that I can see in front of me. Okay, so we are now heading up the side of the first little viewpoint, looking into these cliffs, these massive 120 feet or 120 meter cliffs. They are so big. There is little gusts of wind, so I won't be doing my ultra brave stuff. I'll be keeping myself a little bit away from the edge, but just look at this. I said this in my previous videos, but this is pretty shockingly amazing. The best view is up the top there, where those little teeny diddy people are up there. That's the best view looking back. But you've got to start with the basics and then get to the best after, haven't you? And it just warms our legs up a bit for the other side. But yeah, what a place. So I think my first photo, I think I'm going to take my camera off my back now. I think my first photo is going to be this, looking down over this lot. And the updraft, I've taken my hat off because the updraft coming up here is whipping straight up off my head and I've nearly lost my hat. So yeah, I'm just going to get myself in a bit of a situation, or not a situation, but I'm going to get myself in a bit of a location. Dave's getting very close to the edge up there, very close. I'll have to tell him off in a minute. But yeah, I want a shot of this. I think that's worthy of a photograph, don't you? Just be careful of any gusts of wind, you. I'm on the move again, I'm on the move. I'm walking back around the other side now because I've got some light going on in the sky, which is really quite nice. And I just want to see if there's a way I can get it in. It's almost like we've got like daylight northern lights. It's really weird. There's loads of stripes in the sky. It looks really good, but I'm not sure I can get a shot of it. But I'm going to have a go. I'm going to see if I can change the lens, maybe try and get one of the islands out in the background. ignoring the actual bit that I'm on. But there, the shot down here, I'm going to put it up on the screen and just have a look. I'm going to put an arrow on it, and there's a very particular reason why, because I needed to line up the bottom sort of crashing waves in the bottom corner of the image. So by moving around just enough, just a little bit, until I got myself in the right position, that little bit sat in the crack of the rock. So yeah, very important for me that was. But yeah, let me see if I can get a shot of this, because that is definitely like daylight northern lights. It looks really good. So I've got my camera set up in a vertical orientation, because looking down the side of the cliffs now, it can't be done in any other way, shape or form, because they're so sheer straight up in the air. You've got these little mountains in the background as well, these little islands that are just huge when you get up close to them, but they do look tiny against the side of this. Now there are birds flying around, but I've done a few long exposures, so I'm going to see if I can blend in a long exposure with some little birds on. I don't know whether it's going to work or not. The birds might be just too small in the image. I've tried a 10 stop and a 6 stop as well, and I vary in the exposures just to give me a little bit of balance, something different. I wouldn't normally do a long exposure here, but I think because I've shot it before, it's just trying something different. But yeah, the sheer drop off this place is amazing, and I'm quite close to the edge. I'm only about 1.5 foot from the edge at the moment, but I am bearing in mind any wind and gusts, and I've got a good hold of my tripod as well. But yeah, what a fantastic image this is going to be. I'm going to move up a little bit further as well, because the big classic shot is definitely up the hill. So yeah, let's make our way up and have a look up there. So it may appear that I'm walking away from the view, but I'm not. I'm going to take you around the other side now, where we look back towards like the floating lake. This is where that big massive classic shot's done. Probably finding I have to do a bit of a pano like I did the first time, and I'll put the image up for you to show you it now. It was a panoramic, but it was a really wide one. There's quite a nice shot there as well between that gap. But yeah, let's see if we can do another one, replicate it with slightly different conditions to see if there's any difference. I'm sure there will be. Oh, and wow, there, over there is an amazing cloud formation. I'm gonna have to get the lens out. Long lens has got to come out. I've just spotted something quite unique. You can just see the bow. This is the bow of the boat behind me over my shoulder, where it starts to open up, and you get this lake behind us floating. So let's just get up these steps and then I'll show you what we're looking at. Up on the top of the classic cliff now, where I took a bit of a selfie last time, a big rock just next to me. I might go back on it in a moment as well, it depends. But first of all, I've got my 10-second timer on by mistake. I've just been doing a selfie. I had to get a little selfie, I had to go back with at least one. But yeah, I'm just looking at the back at the classic now. I want to go up a little bit higher because the view does open up even more. We've got this lovely cave down the bottom, you've got this little shard going in, and you've got this like the bow of the boat bit sticking out. And this is the one where it gives you that illusion of the floating lake, because the lake's higher than the actual the ocean. But yeah, no, pretty good, quite nice. And there are some people down there on the cliffs. I will point them out in the photograph. Tiny weeny little specks of people, and the sunlight's behind me, which is why I'm in shade a little bit as well. But yeah, a nice classic shot. I've got the polarized one, haven't I? So spin it around and have a look. It's making the lake quite dark. Let's take one without it on and one with it on, because I've got the option between having this really vibrant brightness, which could work as a black and white, and then the darker image. And we're also going to pop on a 6-stop. I've got my Maven filters with me, they're down here, and I've got 2 pink ones. The 2 pink ones in the packet. I've got a pink and a dark, light pink and a dark pink. Light pink is 4-stop, and the dark pink is the 6-stop. So I'm going to pop a 6-stop on just to give me a bit of movement in that water, and just to smooth out some of those ripples in the waves, and it might just give a little bit of a more ethereal image to it, or an ethereal look to it. So I'm going to leave it bracketing, focus on that bow of the boat, take the shot, and see what happens. 4, 5, 6 sort of second sort of exposures. Definitely got that ethereal dark moodiness to the actual water, and I like that quite a lot. Right, I'm going to get one more from over this side, and I'm going to go up on the right up to the top, and then move my way down. Not the best of compositions, but I've got a nice bit of foreground where the top of the rocks are that I'm stood on, and then it's got this nice shard in the middle, which is the bow of the boat, and then I've got the lake above it. I'm not really bracketing at the moment. All the information's actually on the screen. I'm going to find I probably don't need to actually bracket this, but I've got the polarizer on as well, so again I'm going to turn it on and turn it off just to see if there's any difference between the two of them. And I'm going to make my way up, and then probably make my way around the other side and have a look, see if there's any water on this waterfall, because I've just been told there isn't, and that'd be a crying shame, wouldn't it, after walking all this far. But yeah, great little location, and I'm going to take the guy somewhere else this afternoon as well, so yeah, I don't want to tire him out too much. Starting to head down now. We're going down towards the waterfall, and we've just had a quick stop at the sea stack up at a higher level, and then we're going to make our way down to the lower level. But the boys are all enjoying themselves. See, they're all down the edge of the cliffs there, getting the shots in, and that's what it's all about on this trip. Getting the shots in, going and visiting new places, getting these exposures done, and enjoying yourself. Most of all, enjoying yourself, to be honest. That's what I like to do with anyone that's on my group. Make sure we're all having a laugh. This is where all the people come with the cameras. This is where all the naughty boys come. Have a look at this behind you. Ready? You spin you around. Have a look at all these cameras on here. Yes, camera fest. But that's the reason why. Look at what's going on down there. We got some serious wave action going on down the bottom. So I'm just going to sit here now. I'm going to play with this until I can get some big wave action. Sit and watch. All right, son. Precipice. That helps, yes, enough. Well, we have got the trigger release out. This little thing here, I do not take, well, I take it everywhere with me, but I very rarely ever get it out of my bag. But I thought for this particular reason I would. I can stand here and just hold on to the trigger release and pop them off as and when the waves crash against the side. I'm waiting for the big waves to come in. I'm taking a few shots as the waves come in and hit the side of the rocks, and then as it rolls back out again, it leaves all the little streaks down the side as well. I'm also taking those shots. It's quite a big vista that I've got. I'm not actually zoomed right in. I'm actually looking at the bigger picture because I absolutely love the shape and the form of this. I've got a little bit of a rock right down in the bottom of the corner of the image. It's floating its way all the way around. It's taking you into where the waves are, the waterfall is, and then you've got the sea stack, and follow it all the way up, and you've got this beautiful cloud formation rolling over the top of the mountains as well. So everything's in this image, it all fits and it works really well. I don't think it'd be quite the same if I zoom right in tight. I might try a few, but I don't think I'm going to enjoy the image quite as much as this big vista. And while we're here as well, I'm also having a laugh with the lads and having some banter and bouncing some jokes and stuff around. And it's so much fun having all these people here, and like-minded people as well. It really is a good experience. put our stuff away. We're going to call it now. I think I'm going to end the video here as well. I've been taking loads and loads of pictures of this lot, some cracking waves, and they're very mesmerising just standing there watching them. I think my glasses are covered in sea spray as well, and if they are, that means all the lenses are covered in sea spray. Just lent John my lens and my 10 stop as well, and he's having a whale of a time taking all these long exposure shots. So it's quite nice to be able to help other people as well. Because he's using the Fuji, our lenses are compatible, and the Maven filters obviously fit on the front of my lenses, so away we go. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. Love this sea stack, love this thing. I might just take one shot on the way back of the Witch's Finger, which is back towards the car park, and if I do, I'll bob it on the end of this. I won't talk about it because it's just a quickly straight shot with a long lens. But yeah, till next time, don't forget to like and subscribe, give us that thumbs up, drop me a comment, let me know what you think, and if you enjoy this content, let me know you enjoy it, and I can put more of it out. Absolutely fantastic places, the Faroe Islands. Even though I got soaking wet this morning, I've dried out, feel good, and we're off to do an evening and an afternoon, a couple of locations as well. So big wave just caught my eye. Till next time, see you soon. Ta-da.